Welcome to IT's Auriaya kill. We call her Emma because her name is too hard to pronounce. Now, the hardest part of this is the pull. You could see our Death Knight running in just now, doing a death and decay on the floor and running out of line of sight. If you don't do that, the cats will kill you. Now, our druid main tank Lev has taken the boss and a cat, and she's now a little bit further away from us. Basically, the cats buff each other, keep them apart. Now, we've just had someone die. Oh well. Kill the other cat once you do that. If you have someone taunting, I recommend that you run to it first. We used the Death Knight once, I said. So, the Death Knight used Death Grip. They are not immune to that effect, but they pounce you if they want to attack you and you're not in range. You get stunned. If you are stunned, you cannot dodge. Now you can see lots of swarms attacking all over us. If you just put down a Death and Decay, do one AoE over it, you are fine. Now the boss is activating a feral defender. This defender is a cat with 9 lives. How typical. The cat jumps around all the time, very hard to control. Just kill it. Once you kill it, a permanent void zone spawns, however. You should all move away from it. And it will respawn after about 30 seconds. You can see him just jumping about. It's really annoying. Just kill it. She fears, so put the healers and the tanks in one group with a shaman if possible, and put down a tremor totem, or at least have one healer with a fear ward if you have a priest. If you don't have anything, don't worry, you should be just fine. But anyway, once you've killed the cat, just nuke the boss. I'm unaware of an enrage timer. During our progress on this, we haven't had any trouble with that. Actually, it's been quite of a disappointing boss. It was just really easy. Once you get the pull right, you just win. It's like 3 drakes. Once you kill the second drake, you win. Now you can see her doing this sonic blast or whatever it's called. This does 80k damage split over everyone that's in a direct path in front of her. So you can see everyone of the melee grouped up. You can see that I'm meleeing from the front, which is obviously not something you would normally do. But otherwise, you risk dying, or you risk someone else dying, because you can get to quite low health. So, yeah, that's the blow I was talking about. Well, as long as you stay in one straight line from her, and be sure that you always run back right after the fair, otherwise you get in trouble. That is very easy to deal with. After a fair, she always casts it quite quickly. Not right now, but you can see her later doing that. And you can also see void zones behind me. There are 2 right now. We'll end up with 4 in total. And basically, if you don't kill her fast enough, you're gonna have to walk around quite a lot. So I really recommend just having lots of DPS here, popping heroism when the cat's dead, and just nuking the boss as hard as possible. Once again, fair, the cat is back. It's really rinse and repeat on this fight. As long as you're in one line, you're all good. He does one more ability, by the way, called Sentinel Blast, but because we've had awesome tanking, basically, when she fears, she does Sentinel Blast. It's a long cast, but if you have a druid, just immediately after the fair, charge, and there you go then. She won't do Sentinel Blast at all. Basically increases your shadow damage taken and does some damage to the raid. Not useless. You can see her casting it now, and just in time Lev manages to interrupt that. It has not been successfully cast by her this fight. So I don't know what the long-term effect would be if you get multiple stacks, because apparently it stacks up. I have not yet seen that, but I would just be careful with it. You can have maybe a warrior using Circle Rage to get out of the fair, or someone that can interrupt with a trinket, or at least 2 people with a trinket to maybe counter that. Or just use a really skilled druid to tank and you're all good. So that's really not an issue at all, at least to us. It's normally I don't have enough time to say what I want to say, but this boss was so easy compared to what we've seen in Ulduar so far that I don't really know. If you're having trouble on this boss, you're most likely dying on the Pearl. Make sure that you just stand out of line of sight. Put down a Death in the Cave. If you don't have a Death Knight, yeah, that's gonna be more difficult. You could use one of a hunter with misdirect, or you could use anything to get the Pearl right, really. I suspect if you use misdirect that the hunter will die, though. The cats are really fast, and if you're in line of sight and they are not close enough to you, they will always bounce you. And we had 2 tanks trying that with even cooldowns up and spam healing, and they just kill you. We don't see a way to survive that without getting the Pearl right and not having all 3 mobs on one person. So, yeah. I've heard of this boss being problematic for other guilds, but once you get the hang of it, like with every boss here, it's quite easy. Well, this was the last boss of the antechamber. Good luck on Auriaya, and don't forget, after this, use the portal up the stairs where Khadgar was, because you don't need to kill all the trash, luckily. If you're having trouble with the trash, shame on you. Anyway, have fun.